Friends, are you ready to make some easy handmade cards for every season, all occasions, using the More Wishes stamp set? Welcome to the November online card class. I'm so glad you guys are here. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and I provide lots of tips, tricks, and inspiration to help you create beautiful handmade cards and gifts that are going to wow and amaze your friends. Hello, Fonda. Hello, Heather and Karen. All my friends are showing up. If you are here and watching live, give me a shout out in the comments. Let me know if you are stamping along with me tonight. And if you're watching the replay later, special welcome to you as well. I'm so glad you're here. I love to know that you guys come and watch the replay later. So leave me a comment. Let me know that you're watching later. So hello, Tammy and Kathy. Wow, we got a gang here. All right, I'm going to make my work surface look a little bit bigger. Hello, Karen, just watching tonight. That's fine. And Christine. All right, there we go. So this is the More Wishes stamp set, and it is a great one. This is in the mini catalog, the current mini catalog. We found out it is carrying over to a future catalog, so that's really exciting. And it is good for Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, and all sorts of other stuff. And what's really cool is that it coordinates with the Biggest Wish stamp set from the annual catalog, which means you can mix and match the sentiments, right? Like you could say thanks to you or birthday wishes, and you could mix the sentiments from the different ones. So, or Happy New Year. So I think that's really fun. I love both of them. They're just great, good all-around sentiment stamp sets. So hello, Joan and Suzanne and Rose. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are all here. All right, we're going to get started with our first project. And the first project is not even a card. Now, if you have the card kit, please give me a shout out and let me know if I sent you a long piece of the Designer Series paper. So y'all should have like a pack of the Merry, Bold, and Bright Designer Series paper, a little 6x6 set like this. But I pulled out the project tonight, and for the life of me, I cannot remember if I sent you a long 1-inch strip of the Fa La 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 paper. So if you have the card kit and you could let me know, that would be very helpful because that's going to make a difference on how I tell you to put this together. What we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be decorating one of the Scalloped Gift Card boxes. Now, these are available in the annual catalog, and they have 2 pieces to them. So I'm just going to pull these out. Heather, you don't have one. All right. Good to know. If it's not in the thing, then I'm gonna come up with a different way to do it because I messed up. All right, but this is the Scalloped Gift Box. These are just white gift boxes. Now you could stamp right on these or something. I didn't for this one. We're just going to use some paper. So, all right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this together. So it just all kind of folds in, right? We're just going to fold this all inward. And what you want to do is you want to come up and you want to fold this top and bottom in, or I should say the front and the back. The ones with the little tabs, you're going to fold those in first. And then go ahead and fold over the sides. So they're going to go over top of those little tabs. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, Rose, is we're going to cut 2 strips and glue it. So I meant to cut 1-inch strips, and then I forgot. Sometimes I just don't, frustrates me. All right, frustrates me when I make mistakes. So, all right, hello, Joan. So I just folded those sides in, and now I'm going to take the front and I'll fold that over as well. And this is going to create our little box, and then the top folds down, and you have these little scallops. Isn't that cute? So adorable, so cute. Now there's a second piece, and this is the gift card holder. So what you can do is this just folds here, and this just sets right in here. It just sets in the box, and then you can poke your little corners of your gift card in the corners and make this as your little gift card box to give away. So really, really cute. And we're gonna jazz this up. So go ahead and grab your Designer Series paper. I'm gonna grab this one with the round lights on it. And I'm going to get the Fa La 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 paper. So I'm going to start by cutting a piece of this light paper. This is going to be 4 inches by 2 3/4. And I want the 4 inches to be going this way, or it's going to be 4 this way. So 2 3/4 this way. I'm going to start by cutting it 2 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it this way and cut it 4 inches because we want it to look like this on the top of our box. And then we need some 1-inch strips. So I'm just going to cut some 1-inch strips of the Fa La La paper. And you need a total of 9 inches. So not having done this before, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these both I'm going to cut them at 5 inches. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to cut them at 5 inches. And we're going to make a longer strip. Now, if you had the 12 by 12 paper, you could just cut it 1 inch by 9 inches, but I don't know that these are going to line up. I don't think they are, but that's okay. Nobody's going to be able to tell. It's all good. What was I saying? I do this. I forget where I am at. But with the 6 by 6, I'm just going to cut 2 strips that are 1 inch by 5 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal Plus on the end of this. And I'm just going to make a longer strip. Just like that. Oops, I missed. Go. So just like that, I'm going to make a longer strip. I don't even know if that's straight. And this is going to go around your box eventually. But first, I'm going to take this piece right here, and I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use Stampin' Seal. You could use some tear and tape, any of that. I'm just using my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm just going to adhere this right to the top of my box. Just like that. Thank you, Joan. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you understand. And then I'm going to take my strip that I have now made longer, and I'm just going to wrap this around my box. Now, I want it to be tight-ish, but you don't want it to be too tight, because if it's too tight, you won't be able to slide it on and off your box, because what we're doing is we are making a belly band. Now, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive down here and a little bit of adhesive on this end. And that way, they'll both get caught. And we'll just wrap that around our little box. So it's just like that. Just makes a little belly band. Hello, Kimberly. And now we can go on with some stamping and some other stuff too. So this project, I did not prepare myself anything for this project. Normally everything is pre-cut, but because this was a completely different box, I just didn't cut any of it. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 3 inches by 1.5 inches. That is white. You should already have this piece. If you have the card kit, you have this piece. So this is 3 by 1.5 inches. And then I have a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock, and I'm going to cut this with the Radiating Stitches dies. These are an online exclusive, and I love them. They're so great. And I'm going to grab this one right here, the smallest rectangle in there. Hello, Margaret from chilly Bloomington, Illinois. And I'm just going to cut this out. So let's grab my cutting plates. I have my plate number 1, plate number 2, and then plate number 3. We'll add this all on top. And then get my second plate number 3. And I'm just going to run this through my cut and emboss machine. So, if you have the card kit, this is, of course, already done for you. So there we go. There's my piece of Poppy Parade. And this should fit. Ooh. Maybe it should have been bigger, but that's okay. That's going to fit right in there. And we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. So I'm going to grab my Poppy Parade ink. Poppy Parade ink. And I'm going to grab the big stamp that says Christmas in the big bold letters. And just ink this up. And stamp this towards the bottom of my piece of white. Is that rectangle? No, the rectangle dies are not in the annual catalog. They're an online exclusive. So if you just go to the online store, you can search for radiating stitches, or you can look at all the online exclusives and you're going to find it there. So you can also pop over to my website. I'm not sure if I put the link in the YouTube description to the supply list, but if I didn't, it is on my website. You can go grab the supply list and it will be on there as well. So, all right, and then I'm going to grab the Mary and I'm going to stamp this with some Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to like line up the kind of bottom of the letters on my Christmas, just like that. Isn't that fun? I love mixing. I love the mixed fonts in this. And you can decide, do you want the Christmas to be a script, or do you want it to be the capital letters, or do you want the Mary? You get to decide how you want it. So, all right, this is going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And you know what? I think I need to pull out a new pack of dimensionals. I don't know where. I thought I had one open. Let me grab a new pack of dimensionals from my secret dimensional stash. You had a snow day in Western New York. Oh my goodness. We have had snow, but not that much. All right. I'm going to adhere this to the Poppy Parade with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Just because I love lots of dimension. I love gift card boxes because gift cards are so easy to give, but when you give them, it always feels kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of anticlimactic, right? So at least I like to put it in a pretty package. I'm all about the packaging at Christmas. So there we go. Now I want to wrap some ribbon around here. Ooh, I froze for a second there. Let's see if it catches up. All right, my camera picture is running behind and I'm not sure why it is doing that. I hope that it catches up. All right, so I'm going to grab some red ribbon and I'm going to tie some red ribbon. This is the green and red ribbon and you should have some in your packet. I'm just going to wrap this around and tie it kind of in the front here. So there we go. And we're just going to make a pretty bow. This ribbon is really nice for tying. It ties pretty well. So it makes nice loops. It's being a little persnickety with me right this second, but that is mostly me. It's just not, it's not getting tight enough. It's okay though. There we go. All right. So there we go. We're just going to tie a bow. I need to trim this off. And our little gift box is almost done. I'm just going to trim that. I'm going to clean up this edge over here. There we go. And then we're going to put this right over the top. Now we want to be careful because we only want to adhere it to the belly band because we want to be able to slide this off, right? So we're just going to put it in here. I'm going to take some dimensionals. I'm actually going to put just a couple of dimensionals in here. And that's all I'm going to do. And then we'll just pop this right over top. There we go. And now you can just slide that off and you have your little gift card box. So easy. And let me show you what I did on my sample one. I went a little bit, I took an extra step. Let's say that. And I just took my Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends marker and I just colored the edge of that scallop just because I wanted it to show off a little bit more. So I just colored that a little bit. So I was trying to come up with something to do, but I decided not to do it for the kit. But if you have a Poppy Parade Stampin' Blend and you want to, you could definitely just add a little bit of color on there. But super fun, easy box. I love these boxes. They're fantastic. All right. Whew. How is everybody doing with your cards? Let me know if you're keeping up. How is it going? We're going to start card number 2. And this is going to be our Funfold. But this is such an easy Funfold card. You're going to be amazed. It's so easy. So easy. I love easy. Today's class was really all about things that were going to be easy because you know, it is Christmas time and we are all stressed out. There's so much going on. You know, so many parties and this and that. You got to do this, you got to do that. So I don't know. I just keeping it simple, right? Keeping it simple. So I'm going to pull out this polka dot, the big polka dot, and then the stripe that kind of matches it too. And Thursday, if you haven't started your Christmas cards and you're like, I really want to do some handmade Christmas cards, but I haven't started them yet and it's so late, I've got you covered. I've got you covered on Thursday. So, all right. So I'm going to pull out envelope number 2. You try to keep things simple. That's good, Joan. And pull out envelope number 2. In envelope number 2, you're going to have a big piece of basic white that has been cut with the Nested Essentials dies, and then a piece of white and a piece of Pool Party. All right. We're going to do a little bit of cutting and scoring to get started. So I'm going to start with the stripe, and I'm going to cut the stripe 5.5 inches by 3 inches. Now I'm going to start by cutting it 3 inches this way because I want my stripes going across. If you want your stripes going up and down, you can cut it the other way. I'm just going to cut it 3 inches that way and then 5.5 inches this way. All right. And then that big polka dot, I'm going to grab the big polka dot. I'm going to cut the big polka dot 1 inch by 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to line this up with the 1 inch on the right and slice off a piece, and then I'm going to cut this at 5.5. All right, and then the other thing we need to do is that we need to score our little white piece. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch. So I'm going to line up this 3/4 inch over here. All right, on the right side, and I'm just going to take my scoring blade and just score that. All right, so I just scored this at 3/4 inch. All right, and we're going to just fold that. All right, and this should, if I did, yep, that's going to fit right on there. Let's do a little bit of stamping before we get any further. So I'm going to show you how I did this, first of all. I'm going to use the new and the year stamps. Now the new year is separate. So you could, like I said, you could mix the big with the script, and you could do new in one and year in the other. but I wanted both capital letters for the new and the year because we're going to use wishes too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on the same block. And I'm just lining up the bottom of these on my grid paper just to try to get them straight. And it's a little bit hard because I can't put my head completely over this. And of course, then the stamp sticks to me. All right. Just trying to line those up on my grid paper as best I can. And then I'm just going to take my clear block and I'm going to pick them up both together. So now I can stamp them all at once. All right. And I'm going to use some Pool Party. And I'm going to stamp New Year with Pool Party. Now this, we're going to put it over just a little bit. We kind of want to get it centered between that score line and this edge. So we're not centering it from one side to the other, but centering it from the score line to the edge, which is a little weird, but that's what we're shooting for. So let's see how I do. And of course I dropped it trying to hold things down, but that's okay. So there we go. I just stamped New Year with Pool Party ink on there. And then I'm going to grab my shaded spruce and I'm going to stamp Wishes, which I have the Wishes from the script one. I'm going to stamp Wishes. Make sure that's inked well. Right underneath. And I have the little exclamation point, so I'm going to stamp that too. Oh, you know what? I think I used the script exclamation point on the sample, but that's okay. It still looks cute. And that's all the stamping we're going to do. Now we're just going to put this card together. So easy. This would be a great Christmas card too. So what I'm going to do is I have that piece of white for the inside, and I'm actually going to start by adhering this to the back, and I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus again for this. And I just kind of want to put it where I want it to be. Slide that in, and we're just going to adhere it right there. Okay. Super easy. Now this is going to go inside my card. Now I'm going to pull out my green glue. So just put some adhesive on here. And this is going to go inside my Pool Party. And we're just going to center it in there. Okay. So it's going to go like that. Cute. And then I'm going to add my strip inside. This card is almost done. Can you believe it? I'm telling you, this would be an awesome Christmas card because it'd be so easy. So easy. All right. So this strip is going to come in here, and I'm actually just going to line up the right side, and it's going to go all the way from the top to the bottom. And the right is going to cover up the edge of that white. Okay, so it's just like that. And then this one just goes on the front. The New Year stamp is a little bit blurry because I dropped it. As I went to stamp it, I was trying to hold down my piece of white with my pinkies, and I actually dropped the stamp. So that's what happened. But I decided just to go with it anyway. So then the stripe is going to go on the front. Just lining that up in there. And there we go. Look at that. Super easy Funfold card. So simple. I'll show you my sample where I did a better job stamping. There we go. This one just looks better. You thought your eyes would know. It was my bad stamp. Good place for an embellishment. Maybe so. Yep. You could definitely add some embellishments to this. I just kept it real simple. So super simple. So New Year's card. So we did a Christmas box, a New Year's card, and now we're going to do another holiday. Can you guess which holiday if you haven't seen it already? Joan, perfection's overrated. I like that plan. Yes. So the next card does not use any of the pattern paper. You can just put that away. I was going to use it at some point, and then I don't know, it didn't work out. So add a stamp with confetti. Oh, that would work. Yep. All right, so we're going to pull out envelope number 3. If you have the card kit, it's envelope number 3. And check out what we got in here. We got some good stuff. So you have some little hearts. Check. These are my favorite part of this card. Look at this. So this is the Melon Mambo foil, right? It comes in a packet of Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil. I embossed it with the, what do I want to say? I embossed it with the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture. And then I punched it with the new, if I can get it, with the new Bee Builder punch. This isn't even out yet. This is going to come in the next mini catalog. So it has these hearts or wings. So that's what I punched them out with. So easy. So much fun. Valentines. Yeah, we're going to make Valentines. It does make it more homemade. You're very right. And then we have a card base that's petal pink. We have a piece of white for the inside, some more Melon Mambo, and some Flirty Flamingo. Now, when I originally did this card, I actually did it white on the background instead of the petal pink, and it looked really good, you guys. So if you want to try it on white, it looked really good. The problem is I did not, I messed up cutting, and so I didn't have enough of the basic white thick cardstock. I was out. I put it on the petal pink, and I think it looks really good on that too. So we're just, yeah. All right, so I have my piece of Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to grab some Flirty Flamingo ink. And then I have the love that is the bold, the capital letters. And I am just going to stamp this along this edge. I'm going to start off the paper and just stamp it in a line, trying to line it up straight. We'll see how well I do. It's hard when I can't get right over top of it. But it doesn't have to be perfect. We've already learned things don't have to be perfect. All right. So we just have some loves lined up just like that. Now in here, you also have a piece of basic white that I punched with the Heartfelt Hexagon punch. Isn't that a great stamp set? I love it. I love it. And I'm just going to stamp this love again with Flirty Flamingo in the center. And then I'm going to put my Flirty Flamingo away. I'm going to grab some Melon Mambo. And I'm going to stamp the U underneath. So we're just going to ink this up with a little Melon Mambo. And we're going to stamp the U. And right like that. So love you. All right. And now we can start assembling this card. Super easy cards tonight. That's what we're doing. All right, so I'm going to start by adhering the Flirty Flamingo to the Melon Mambo. So now, in December, we are not going to have an online card class because it's like the day after Christmas, right? Would be the normal online card class. So I'm just not doing one for December. But I am doing the winter break card class to go, which is going to be a box. You're going to get written tutorials. You're going to get everything pre-cut, enough to make 10 different cards. So 2 each of 5 different designs. I'm just putting the Melon Mambo now on my card front. What was I going to say? And they're all easy cards. It's very, very easy cards. I used the layering leaves stamp set, but you could maybe use something else. I don't know. I used the layering leaves. And normally the registration for it closed on Sunday, but I do have enough left that I could make a couple extra boxes. So if you still want in on that, make sure that you jump over tonight and get registered, because I can only do a couple more. So, all right, now I'm going to take this white, and I think I should have put my love over just a little bit more, but anyway, whatever. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of here because we love dimensionals. And I'm just going to line up this love with my other loves. So on my sample, the white hung over the edge a little bit more. Kind of liked it, but I didn't quite get over far enough, but that's okay. So there we go. Just popping that on there. And then we're going to add our hearts. Oh, they're so cute. All right, so we're going to put these hearts on here like this. All right. So I'm just going to I only want to put dimensionals on the side that isn't going to be on top of the sentiment piece. So I'm just going to put a dimensional over here on this one. And then I'll put a little bit of green glue on this corner where it's going to be over top of that sentiment. And then we'll just take that, pop that on there. And we'll take our other one. So this one's going to go down here. So I'll just put a dimensional down at the bottom. Oh, Fauna, I'm glad you like that. I thought that was kind of fun. I was really happy with this card. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of green glue on the top of this heart. Just like this. Now, if you didn't sign up for the card kits and you want to get the full tutorials with all the dimensionals and stuff, that is available already on my website. So you can pop over to my website and get those. All right, and then I'm going to grab a mini dimensional or a piece of a mini dimensional because that's what I'm down to. We're just going to grab something. I don't know what I'm grabbing. Let's do this. Might have to cut it down more because the edges of the minis are not very mini. I'm just going to put that on there. And then this is going to go right in here. So there we go. Super easy. Isn't that fun? Oh, and your basic white, you have white for the inside. This can just go on the inside. So this is how we make cards with just a sentiment stamp set. Kind of like I set up a challenge for myself, right? Like I said, we're going to use the more wishes. There's no images. It is just sentiments. So there we go. And let me show you how that looks a little bit different than my sample. So my sample, I put the love a little bit further over, and I like the way this kind of hangs off, but that's okay. So there we go. Isn't that fun? Super easy. So there's our projects tonight. Let me see, where did my other card go? Here we go. My projects for tonight, just with a sentiment stamp set. Who would have thought? And like I said, you can, if you have the biggest wishes, or you can grab the biggest wish stamp set, and you could make these cards with different pattern papers or the same pattern paper, and make birthday cards and thank you cards and all sorts of other cards too. So I love both these sets. I feel like they are a must-have staple for your craft room. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Again, I will be back on Thursday night with some Christmas card ideas for if you have not started your Christmas card, thought about your Christmas cards, or anything. I have something for you. We're gonna talk about that on Thursday. I will see you then. Have a great evening.